happens with healing is that we need to break things down. And in order to do them step by step so that we don't overwhelm ourselves. So the first thing that I realized was how I was breathing. And I realized that I wasn't actually even breathing properly. I was holding my breath, because most of us have been taught that in order not to feel too much, we just need to not breathe, right? It's like, oh, something's happening, there's a trauma, there's a difficult experience, hold the breath. And so I realized that I had been holding my breath for God knows how long, and that the first thing I needed to do, which was really difficult because it brought up fear, right? Fear of what am I going to experience, was that I needed to breathe with the pain as opposed to against the pain. I was never, ever going to get any insights in terms of what was going on with my body if I was going to hold my breath. Now, I am not a believer in forcing your breath. I don't believe that is healthy, and I actually believe that it can be dangerous. But I do believe that allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to breathe and allowing your breath to move in the way that is natural is the way to do this. Now, the other thing I realized was that because at that point I was dealing with back pain and I was so disconnected. When we have pain, we disassociate from our bodies because we don't want to feel it. I needed to connect to my body. And the only way that it occurred to me to do it was to place my hands on my back so that I could allow my brain, my nervous system to create a connection between what I was thinking about and the feelings that I was going to allow myself to have, right? The breath allows you to feel. So if I hold my breath, I will not feel. As I was doing that, my mind, as most of us, the mind gets into negativity in that victim state. And the victim state is usually, this is not going to work. I don't believe it. Why did this happen to me? Poor me, all of that type of thing. Why can't I heal myself? And believe me, I had plenty of that going on. So I decided that I needed to help my mind to get busy. And the way that I was going to do that was to count backwards from 30. So as I was counting backwards from 30 to quiet my mind, something else occurred. And what occurred to me at that point was, maybe I can't do this on my own. Maybe I can't, I don't know. And maybe there is something higher than me, than just what I know of myself. And I have a tendency to be quite skeptical. So that thought was in some ways a new thought for me. And because I was struggling, I just went, if there is something divine out there, then I want proof, I want help, and I want it now. And in that moment, there was a warmth that just took over my body and my nervous system. And as I had my eyes closed, this gold light just kind of hit me everywhere. And I went, okay, something's happening.